Wait, I have a YouTube channel. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, my neglected channel. I'm Johnson and today I will talk about a small difference between ENFP and INFP in regards to extroverted thinking. And my good old notes are with me, of course. That never changes about me. So first of all, I will read how extroverted thinking manifests itself as a tertiary function and as an inferior function. You know, extroverted thinking is ENFP's tertiary function, and in INFP's it's their inferior function. So I have this little notebook that I wrote many years ago. It was basically, I don't know if you can see it. It's basically how each function manifests itself according to its placement. And I like to give credit where it's due. I actually, of course, was inspired to do this, to study this by Heidi Priebe. And it's word for word her descriptions. I will leave a link down below. It was an article from 2015. And the title is How Each Cognitive Function Manifests Based on Its Position in Your Stacking by Heidi Priebe, December 17th, 2015. Okay, now, as I said, extroverted thinking is tertiary in ENFPs, so let's see what Heidi has to say about that. Okay, extroverted thinking as a tertiary function. Extroverted thinking manifests as the ability to source whichever resources are necessary to make the user's desire a reality. The tertiary extroverted thinking monologue is, I'll employ the most straightforward method that exists in order to make my goal or my impulse come true. Alright, what about as an inferior function? Let's see what Heidi has to say about that as well. As an inferior function, extroverted thinking originally manifests as the inability to set one's external desires or plans into motion. This is something that is valid for both INFPs and ISFPs. As the extroverted thinking matures, the user finds themselves steadily more able to source the resources they require to make their dreams a reality. They also find themselves developing the ability to express their thoughts to others in a straightforward, logical manner. Okay, let's take a look at what is the monologue of the inferior extroverted thinking. Prior to maturation, I have many goals I want to accomplish, but often have trouble tangibly setting them into motion. I fear being perceived as incompetent by others. So, okay, Johnson, I get it. Thank you, Heidi, but what does all of that mean? I have a little example for that. Okay, so imagine an INFP and an ENFP traveling together to find a beach to swim. Okay, they both want to swim, that's their goal. Alright, so eventually they will spot a beautiful beach and the ENFP will notice a dock near the water. And there's a little stairway that goes into the water and they'll be like, oh great! And they will use the stairway to get into the water, right? Great. And then the INFP will recognize the dock, but they will devote more time to observing, thinking, and questioning whether the temperature of the water really aligns with their values or not. ENFPs also care deeply about their values, don't get me wrong, but I think they will try to understand if the temperature aligns with their values after they dip into it. And then they will make a decision to whether to continue swimming or not. INFPs might also question how should they approach the stairs as well. Or they will say, you know what, I will not use the stairs. Perhaps I should jump. Maybe that's the best option. Now, this might seem a little bit over the top, or this might frustrate other types. But you have to understand that's INFP's process. It's not something to be excused. It's not something to be tolerated. That's just how it works for them. and eventually they will develop their extroverted thinking. Um, you just have to understand they're not doing this to annoy you. It can be observed as indecisiveness because it takes so much time for them to take action. But I don't think it's about indecisiveness. I think it's about being careful. And I respect that. That's the difference between ENFPs and INFPs. INFPs tend to be more careful and more contemplative before taking action, whereas we can say ENFPs are a little bit more adventurous when it comes to taking action. Thank you so much for watching my video on the small difference between INFP and ENFP. I would like to know what you're thinking. Maybe you think I'm completely wrong, or I missed a very important point. If I missed an important point, I would like to know. So, hope to see you soon. I don't know. I tend to disappear a lot, but maybe I won't disappear and I will come back in a short notice. I don't know. So yeah. Again, thank you so much for watching and hope to see you soon. Bye! So that's the idea. What do you say?
Yeah, I think you should go for it.